Hey y'all, my name is Sergio Carrillo and I'm going to be talking about the poem I chose, which is More Dangerous Air by Margarita Engel. My first slide is the introduction. Poem describes how people mindset used to be during these times, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and how people lived in fear because they might lose their lives during these times. My next slide is main points, which is Cuban Missile Crisis, people lifestyles during these times, and emotions used by the author in this poem. My next slide is the Cuban Missile Crisis. This was a war between the United States and the Soviet Union. There was a lot of innocent people that died during these times because each country was attacking their enemy and their territory during this time. And experts say that this was no safe place to live during this time, and people basically lived in fear, which is no healthy or like safe place to be in. My next slide is people lifestyle. The author points out how people lifestyle was during these times. They had kids doing drills and trying to alarm the people if they saw something in the air that might be a bomb or an attack from the other country. Kids knew if they heard an alarm, they had to go under their seats and like hold their head to try and like save their lives if something like came and attacked them. An example of this in the poem, Margarita Engel writes, and this is an example, I quote her, she says, "At school, they instruct us to look up and watch the Cuban clear sky, search for a streak of light, listen for a piercing shriek, the whistle that will warn us as a poisonous A-bombs soon close." So it's basically they had kids watching the skies and looking for something that looked like a missile or like an attack from the other country and alarm the people so that they can be as ready as possible to like save their lives. And like after they had bombs and missiles crashing into the countries and territories as well, these have like second like consequences after, and pollution in the air as well, which is like they're breathing that air day to day, which is not good for any human being. So they had to deal with that, and they have no options because I mean that was around it. They had no control over it as well. My other slice is the author emotions. Margarita Engel does a great job using different words that let you understand and feel the fear and pain that people had to go through during these times and during the missiles and the attacks between both countries. Some different words that she uses, some examples were like bullet, toxic, terror, A-bomb as well. And she basically, through these words and emotions, you can say it's like a sad and dark side of emotions, but that's the way she wants the audience to understand how people used to live and how their daily base was on a country like this during the war and missiles. My other slide is, so yeah, people lifestyles was in danger during these times and they had no control over it. So yeah, my last slide is the conclusion one. People lifestyle was one that they didn't like or wanted, but they had no like control or decision over it. The only thing they had control over is just making sure and what they could do moving forward from it. I think Margarita Engel does a great job in this poem using pathos, ethos, and logos. But most important, she has a great job using pathos because connecting through emotions with the audience. I think she does a great job with the words she chose to use in this poem, letting the audience know how they lived in fear and how hard it was to live during these times in both of these countries. And I have two discussion questions for y'all. The first one is, if you were living during these times, how would you manage keeping your emotions and mind in a place where it won't be harmed by the things around you? And the second one is, you think every person should learn different ways to secure themselves and make sure that they are safe for situations like this that they have no control over. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Appreciate y'all and have a great day.